Namaste, dear learner. I am Professor Arun Kumar Chakraborty, course coordinator. But today I will be discussing on the topic which I am the SMEs means subject matter experts. So I will be talking on this also. The title is Information Communication Technology Application in LIS. This comes under the discipline of the Masters of Library and Information Science. This comes under Module 1, Library Automation. And this one is Unit 4. I'll talk on Module 1, Library Automation under Unit 4, Automation or Computerized Based Library Housekeeping Operation. So, table of contents, the library automations and its components. I'll first discuss the library automation and its component, then library housekeeping operations, then different areas of automated library housekeeping operations, advantages of automated library housekeeping operations, challenges of automated housekeeping operations, future trends, the artificial intelligence and the library housekeeping operations. Now that is becoming a very, very challenge. And then I should have some exercises and some references. So about this course, I should tell that information, what is the learner's outcome? Why you should do this kind of course? Because this is a one course where you can go get the MLS degree for the part of the MLS degree as a online or as a distance mode or in a regular mode. You can go and study it. You can get a credit of this 2 credit course. So these are the different advantages of this course. And then information and communication technologies. Also, if you have to have a exams purpose or competitive exams or job exams, this course will also help you to do that one. So, information and communication technology has dramatically transferred library housekeeping operations, offering tools for enhanced efficiency and accuracy and resource management. This module introduces the MLI students to integration of ICT in the core library housekeeping functions. What are the core library functions? That is acquisition, cataloging, circulation, serial control, etc. Through this one, the decision through these sessions, learners will develop the expertise to optimize library operations and improve the user satisfaction by leveraging the modern ICT solutions in the area of library housekeeping operations. In this unit, basic idea of the in this unit, basic idea about all the housekeeping operations will be discussed in the next units. Each of the housekeeping operations will be explained separately. What are the objectives? Learners will be able to understand the concept of the library housekeeping operations. What is the concepts? What kind of concepts you have in library operations? The areas of ICT, information communication technology in library housekeeping operations. Where this housekeeping operation, the information communication technology can be used. The advantages, challenges, and future trends in information technology implementation in library housekeeping operations. The possibilities of AI-based library housekeeping operation. So we have to know that what are the possibilities of artificially intelligence-based library housekeeping operations. So learning outcomes, what should be the learning outcomes? We have to know that through this course, what we should learn, what should earn. That means learning means earning. Earning means how knowledge we acquire. Acquire knowledge of library management software for automated operation. Knowledge of library management software. That is most important part of this. Then implementation of ICT tools. How you should implement the ICT tools for cataloging, circulation, and acquisition. Utilize the metadata and metadata standards to create consistent and shareable records. Why the metadata standards is required? Why you should have create a consistent record? Develop strategies to overcome barriers in ICT integration, evaluate the efficiency of automated library systems and power of artificial intelligence. Then library automation. What is automation? Automation means how we should automate kind of things. That means the things which are available in a systems which we can do things without the intervention of the human. The automation does not mean that it does not require the human intervention. Some people think that when we make any automation, that means human intervention is not required. It's not. Automation, what is the redundancy of the work. That means that any duplication of work, any lethargic type of work which can be automated. So use of technology, machines or software to streamline, simplify various library operations with a minimal human intervention enables libraries function more efficiently and service their patron more effectively. How we will service the function effectively? Because if our library is modernized, then how we should give a service to them more efficiently? Because if a person comes, if he wants to know particular book, by searching the books, by browsing the books, say he will be able to see that what are the books available. In the library catalog card, we have a scene, but here in the different softwares are available where we can see the book picture. So through this book picture and some of the things, we may go to the click and we can get the abstract or the content of the book. So how much it is helpful for using the library automation. So one way it is enhancing the library's functions efficiently service, and another way it is reducing the workload of the duplication workload or boarding workload. I should say is the boarding workload is being eliminated by automation. It's not other workload is eliminated. So with the advent of automation, these housekeeping operations are now handled by specialized software systems which say that it is an integrated library management systems, ILMS. So integrated library management systems means we all the housekeeping operation that can be integrated so that one software itself in a one search key we should be able to get whether we have on a particular subject or area, whether we have a books, whether we have a journals, whether we have e-resources or not. These are the different search engine search techniques are available so that the users are benefited. So ILMS is significantly reducing the time and efforts required for the daily operations. So with the integrated library management systems, ILMS following can be automated. That is one: acquisition management, inventory control. Acquisition management, inventory control. What is that acquisition management? Acquisition means if we want to purchase a book or so e-resources or whatever be, how we should manage. Because once we buy any kind of things, we have to check the first duplicate checking whether that book is available with us or not. So this acquisition management means whether that book is already available with us or not. Whether if the book is required, a duplicate copy, extra copy of not, because how many people are using it. We can know that how it is the condition of the book. So in the automation systems, the management systems itself will be able to know that how this operation, whether this book requirements is. So inventory control and whether the book is available or not, this inventory control we can. Then cataloging management. Cataloging management, what I've already have spoken that how to catalog management, because once we do any cataloging, we may make a card catalog, we make do the dictionary catalog, we do the classified catalog, different kind of catalog are they can, and then we prepare a tracing of any kind of things, tracing for these. We have a catalog for books, journals, so and then subject heading, subject catalog. All these things we have to do. But here, if we have a structured data, and if we put in the structured data, once the data is input, any of the components it can be asked and can be searched from the one catalog. Here, cataloging management, we will see that in a catalog card, it's very small. The data is very minimal data is available, and you have a multiple card for one data. So even in the multiple, so that's cataloging management is become very good for this. That online public access catalog. So online public access catalog, I have already explained that how this online public access catalog should be used by the users. Through this online public access catalog, the users can access any resources of the library available, that library holding can be accessed from anywhere. They may be in a remote corner, so even then they can access through their mobile. So that's kind of oblique access catalog is there, so we can have a this kind of things. Then circulation management. Circulation is that we should know that through the circulation management, that which book is used by one. Even if the man, even a faculty member, if he wants to know that he is reading history, that also circulation management to be people will be able to give him that, yes, last 1 year or last 5 years you have used, these are the resources, these are the books, these are the documents you have used, borrowed. So that kind of management is there. Then serial control. Serial management is a very, very one task, because I've said that we some get users, we get different issues different times. Say sometimes we get books, issues, journals, periodicals, magazines, newspapers. They have got a frequency of coming out. So it can be a weekly, daily, monthly, bi-monthly, bi-weekly, different varieties. So if that schemes can be, and whether it has come or not, even the remote, whether online available or not, these kind of things, whether the data access is there or not, all these things is available with serial control management systems. So we can do the serial control management through these. Then digital resource management. Digital resource management is another important task for the library operations. What is the digital resource management means? Nowadays, we have an open access subscription, open access epilepsy. We have a subscription based model. We have a e-resources. We have a digitized materials. We have a other materials. So all these digitized materials it can available. Now the earlier we have a in the small libraries or the some of the state universities, they had a very few resources access. Now you know that the government of India, honorable prime minister, has launched one of the systems that is called ONOS, one access, one nation, one subscription. Through that one nation and one subscription, the digital resource access will be huge for the individual people. So anyone can access from any resources from anywhere in the library. So that kind of motto has been taken up the government of India, and this is being a very, very achievement. And thanks to the cabinet and the honorable prime ministers for doing this kind of activities. And then remote access and mobile. So these digital resources, if you have whatever the prime minister has given us, one nation, one subscription, so even we can this access through the remotely, because if we are in a home, I also can be accessed through the username, password, or through my mobile. So that is the most important file. Then user management, self-service kiosk. So there is a self-service kiosk available in the library. So user can go and find out what the resources are available, and they can do that kind of things. Then admin module and the reporting and analytics. So admin modules are also there. So transformation from the manual process to the computerized systems. Mid 20th century, that computers were introduced, and the automated cataloging, classification, circulation records started in the 20th century, mid 20th century. 1960s introduced of the MARC records and in the cataloging, and in the 1980s emerged as the systems of similarly and 5 years. So all this cataloging classification has emerged. So transformation of the library of these things. And the 1990s onwards, the online public access catalog has come. 1990s onwards. It is a 24 into 7. I will not say 24 into 7 into 365, because it is 365 days itself available. Because 24 into 7 for how many days? 10 days, 1 month. It's not 10 days, 1 month. 24 into 7 into 365. Access from the anywhere in the country. Then 21st century to e-resources and many of the resources available. So, and now it has, we are the radio frequency. Radio frequency is already available from the 2015 or 2015. Before that itself, the radio frequency is available. Now is the AI technology has come. This streamlined circulation enhance security and improve user experience through AI powered chatbots, and the data management software. We are able to using it. So library housekeeping operations. Libraries are a complex systems which include the subsystems and components. Main two subsystems are operational subsystems and administrative subsystems. So library housekeeping operation from part of the operational substitution. A group of basic routine operations related to acquiring, preparing, and preserving the library documents for their maximum use of convention referred to the housekeeping operations. So basic routine operations which are there we should be able to do, that's all. These are the mainly acquisition, serial control, cataloging, and circulation. So the processing of that use the locate, lend, and use the recall, reuse and recall. Then processing. What is the processing? The classifying, cataloging, labeling, shelving, etc. Then acquisition, select, order, perceive, receive, accession. Maintenance. We have to do the maintenance, binding, replacement, discard, etc. We have to do that. Then we have activities involved, the initiate, authorize, activate, record, report, control. These are the activities of the common procedures. Then the administrative activities of all these librarian systems. So operational subsystems, library housekeeping operation. We can see how many systems, what are the systems in a coincide way we can do, and we can see the things how it works. So this is a really a achievable kind of things we can do. So activities, how should we do activities? Initiate. I should say the initiate, that which makes it apparent that procedure should be commenced. Initiate, we should initiate. What are the activities? Initiate. What is the initiated? That which makes apparent that a procedure should be commenced. Authorize. Who is authorized to do this? In some cases, the decision to carry out a certain process must be approved. Activate. Who will be activate? When procedure is known to the necessary, and in some cases the initiated, it is usually implemented by taking appropriate action. Activate means that has to be a power, should be there. The record, a function that states, records what action has been taken. We have to find out what are the actions has been taken. Then what is the report? To notify the library staff or users that actions has been taken. Then cancel, to stop the procedure and explain that what is the aspects of revoking undertaking actions. Procedures and activities and tasks. The third level in the hierarchy is concerned with the task within an activity under the each procedure. So what are the procedure and activities tasks? We have to know that. What is the procedure? What is the activities? And what are the tasks? Task means is a related group of operations carried out to a particular kind of job, because task is given to someone. Once we do not put a trust in task to anyone, that cannot be done. So what is a task? It is an automated library system. A task is the collective function of the elements or complements the module at the next of the higher level. Task within which activity, just as the activities themselves, may not all be necessary to each procedures. See, once we think about the task, what is about the manual if we compare including the manual process and the automated process? The manual process, we are also having a task. We should have a defined task, because if we do not have a given a defined task, even the manual will be executed. So what we do in automated things is that the manual process are there, and that process can be converted into automated systems, then that becomes the automated systems. So that is why the manual task, manual flowchart, it should be very, very distinct. Until unless that is the distinct, the chart cannot be displayed. So ASLIF defined the 15 tasks for the basic procedure. So one is a pass received. So the ASLIF means Association Library Information Center. That ASLIF association, they have said that ASLIF defined a set of 15 tasks for the basic procedure. One is pass. So what kind of password is there? And then receive. Who is receiving it? Then discard. What can be the discard? What is the place? Why it is can be done? And the remove. What is things to be removed? Then search. What kind of things can be searched? What are things can be duplicate? What are these things can be duplicate? How we duplicate? Then what are the things we can attach? The attachment is there. Then separate. So how we separate each item, and then move. Then sort. Sort is that most important, how you do sort the systems. So all element tasks are supposed by other four elements tasks: read, verify, enter, and decide. That means that this 11 task he has made it like very nicely in a fourth task, that is read. Once anything we want to do, we have to first read it and then find out. After reading, we should see that whether we have read correctly or not, so we have to verify. Once read and verify done, then we have to enter, so yes, this can be done, and then decide what is to be done, then you decide. So prerequisite of ICT application in housekeeping. So we have to first is that the software selection. Software selection, how we select the software, because there are open source software, there are subscribed software. What kind of facility is available in the particular library? Because software selection is not that, see, if I want to do a one band library and if I select the Koha software, if I do not know on the Koha software, so how we should select the software? So we have to select the software whether that any service provider is there or not. So all these things have to be decided on the service provider, and then whether the service, whether we have a code, service code is there or not, that kind of things should be knowing. Then hardware selection, what kind of hardware we should do, because once we decide the software, we have to know that whether that software runs under which hardware. That is the most important. And then once hardware and software is selected, then we have to make the site preparation. So site preparation is an important part of the software preparation, because once we decide what software we are selecting, what hardware we are selecting, then whether that is available in that particular site or not, whether the service providers are available or not, whether it is a remote area. So that kind of thing, all this has to be taken care. Then general training, because if I buy a particular software, or if we want to implement a particular software, if we do not have a general training on that, or even then we will not be able to implement that software. Then customization, we have to know what are my requirement. Every library has got a different requirements, so you should do that customization. It's not that very customization if you do abruptly, that also need to do, because the record has to be transformed, because we have to use jet 39.50. So that's how we can be exchange the data, bibliographical data entry. Then defining the procedure for the bibliographical data entry, then administrative data entry, financial data entry, commissioning, because financial data entry is very important, because the financial power should be there with the particular person, whether he should be administrative data entry, whether that is person has got administrative power or not, the bibliographical data entry, whether that person is conversant with the bibliography or not, those that kind of thing. So define the procedure, you have to do that, defining the procedure, then that commissioning, then comes the commissioning. So basis of procedure and task analysis in different sections we have to do. So special features of the library systems, local variation, different sections of the library, special feature of the library systems, because you have to find out what is my library is, the library systems what. Then local variation, because every library has got a different, some may be having a old books, some may be having a huge collections, rare collections. So those kind of things, how it can be done. So their validity and usefulness. The limitation of the existing systems, whether if you have already systems, what are the limitation of that existing systems, or whatever systems you want to procure, what are their limitations, you should know before that. Then nature and objective of the library, I have to know first what is the nature and objective of the library, then only with the total number of collections, per year acquisition, how many books are per year acquisition, and procedure followed for acquisition, per year subscription of the serials, that has to be important. Number of users and their categories, that is the most important part. How many users are there, so that we could need to be able to serve them. Per day transactions, that issue, return, reservations, whether per day how many is there. Then availability of the multi-dimensional lingual document, whether multilingual documents are there or not. If it is a multilingual documents are there, then which are the languages available or not, and whether the language is available, whether we have to do the transliteration or the data in the cataloging. So all this, whether the software supports or that not, we have to see this. because National Library has got a 21 languages. You have to see that whether the software supports that 21 languages or not, or how many languages it supports. If it is not supporting, then how we should able to make that data in a different format, so that the people should not be know that what are the resources are available. Then we have to have a available manpower, because future plan, we have to always have a future plan, that which are the facing need for information services. We have to know that what kind of services are required for their what kind of services are going to give in future plan in terms of networking and consortia, because we have to see that whether we are going to consortia, ONS or anything. Then available manpower, computer literate staff, that is a very very important part of this. So I have just shown you that acquisition module of Koha Library Automation. You will find that if you go to the Koha software, any software, you will see the demo, that acquisition module, how this module, what kind of books in these things. If a person is who has taken who has given the requisition, how the books has been purchased, what is the price, author, all this acquisition number, cataloging. So the acquisition registers can be found in this acquisition control. So all these books ordered, everything is available. Then the cataloging module in the Koha services. We can see then the cataloging module, how can you search engines are available, what kind of books are there, what kind of, how to enter this data, whether the metadata is available or not, Dublin core metadata is used or not. All these things you have to see in the Koha. The Dublin core metadata is used. Why cataloging module is important? Because through Z3950 we can already download the data which is already, some libraries have already cataloged. That data can be downloaded. Even we should be able to give access to our data, whether our data somebody can access or not, download or not. So that means duplicate cataloging will not be required. So once the book is cataloged in different places, so it is if it is a standardized form, so we can do that cataloging also. So those kind of facility should be there in the cataloging purpose. So that kind of cataloging. Then circulation module. Circulation module is a very very important. The circulation module, we can see that how many books have been used, who have been requisition, or any reservation has made or not, books or not, or if a faculty member wants to know that how many books, what kind of books he has read, his reading habits, you want to see how many books he has read, what are the books he is using. So that kind of things. And even the librarian can analyze that which are the books are most used, so that make the acquisition environment more important, so that they can acquire more and more resources which are be required for the library purposes. Then serial control. Serial control module is a very very important in the Koha module, so that whether which issue is coming in the library, how the issues are there, what is the price of the documents, how whether this payment is made or not, whether there is a missing issues or not, all these things records, or whether it is requires binding, whether entire issue has come, whether it has to go for the binding or not. All these things we could see in this module of all. And this serial control module, this people can be seen. Then report of the module of the Koha library automation software. Library automation software Koha gives you is very very fast report, because when we use the library, then we need the different authority ask us different kind of report. Say why the report is required. Report is required for book selection, book acquisition, book policy making, then budgeting, because we can see that which are the resources are more used, which are the online resources are available of this. So different kinds of report can be generated, whether how many books already in outstanding, how many books people have not given back on the library, so how many books are overdue. All these things resources can be available in the Koha. We can even the which are the books are missing, those kind of things can show from this Koha module. So report generation is very very important, and this report generation sometimes is required for the audit purpose also. So audit purpose, communication purpose, for every purposes these reports are very very important. So advantage of the automatic housekeeping operation is freeing up human resource for more meaningful engagement with the library users. So that is the most, freeing up human resources. Increased productivity, which should go for increased productivity. Enhanced data accuracy and reliability. Easy sharing and transferring data between different systems and media. Reducing the human error, because once we want to write different duplicate of the work, then there are more or more human error. So reducing the human error. improving the quality control and operational efficiency, enhancing the access to the resources, facilitating the optimized management of digital resources, along with other resources management, improving the user services, reducing the operational cost, facilitating better decision. So, challenges of automated housekeeping operations: high initial cost, staff training and skill development required, data migration issues, customization. Data migration issues is because why data migration? Because if the software is updation is there, so whether that data can be migrated or not, or if we go for open source software to a proprietary software or proprietary software to open source software, whether that data migration is possible or not. Now customer and integration takes time and needs proper visualization. Maintenance and support is most important. Resistance to change, that is the first human being, human error, human, what you call the human hindrance, because we are always resistant to change. So that's the change management is most important in the area. Then data security, data privacy concerns while handling the user information and digital resources. So future trends in automated housekeeping operations: integration of AI and machine learning in library services, adoption of open source solutions of cost effectiveness, ensuring interoperability with existing systems. Then artificial intelligence power library automated systems may help in advanced data handling, better search and navigation, proactive assistance, predictive analysis, immersive learning experiences, automated class number assignment, enhancement of the reference service through chatbot, resource tracking with enhanced accuracy and efficiency. So AI-based acquisition, intelligent collection development. AI algorithm may analyze user preferences, borrowing trends, and academic needs to the suggest new materials. Predictive analysis may anticipate future demands, ensuring libraries are well prepared with relevant resources. Automated checking for duplicate equations, related books suggestions for equations. So AI based classification, it has the ability to automatically assign subject headings and extract keywords, subjects, and other information from books, covers, and texts. In order to index the contents more precisely, it might group them as per the connections between the various concepts. In order to enhance the precision, metadata, and the subject access procedure, it might examine user reviews, comments, and search habits. AI-based cataloging, you can see that's with relevancy. Artificial intelligence, artificial learning can automatically identify, record, digital, provide subject heading, cataloging basis. So we can see that how. So AI-based reference service, self-service, AI-powered chatbots with virtual assistant to receive and address queries, patrons instantly, automated checkout, check kiosk, application of ICT and AI, library housekeeping ensures efficient user services, more productive use of library staff, easy and timely maintenance of document, records, and administrative data, and the better management of library and information services. The application of ICT in library automation requires judicious selection of software, hardware, and analysis of existing library methods and practices for the best possible use of automated library systems. So I have given some of the exercise. What are the library housekeeping operation? Describe the workflow. Explain the role of Mark 21 in automated library cataloging. Discuss the advantages of RFID. What are the challenges integrity of file library system housekeeping? I have given some of the MCQs, sending the reminders, cataloging, resources, library systems. I'm not going through this, all of you can. And enough number of references have been given so that you can use that references and talks. I hope learners, you could enjoy this talk and may learn something and you can do better assignments, etc. Thank you very much.